Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, the Yankees have done it. They have reached 500. So 70-70, the Yankees improve to 500. It seemed like a miracle. Just weeks ago, they were like, 8 games behind, something like that. But nevertheless, take care of the Detroit Tigers at home. Take 2 games out of 3. Mostly smiles for the Yankees. I mean, again, a bad outing. Rendon kind of maybe puts a little bad taste in the mouth, but overall, again, the Yankees playing well, win their 3rd series in a row. So you look at taking 3 out of 4 in Detroit, the sweep in Houston, now taking 2 out of 3 at home. Seems like the Yankees haven't done this since like April or May. Winning consecutive series, so good thing there. And of course, the Martian makes his home debut, Jasson Dominguez, at Yankee Stadium. And of course, really fits in like a glove, hits his first Yankee Stadium home run. So a lot of good positive for the Yankees. But again, time running out, with them 7 games back in the wild card with only 21 games left to go. So again, so that before we do, always got to remind you, make sure you subscribe to this podcast. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe and go over to the YouTube channel, Section 420 Talkin Yankees there as well, and subscribe. There's a visual version of the show, even though I'm sure you love to hear me, but you would maybe want to see me as well. There's different stuff in different areas, so make sure you catch it all by being a podcast subscriber. So Yankees coming hot off the sweep of Houston there, and of course now you're looking at make the home debut of Jasson Dominguez at Yankee Stadium, and again, it seems like this guy fits in the glove because with the roll call, he kind of does the little ET thing there in center field, and I just find it kind of interesting because a lot of these players act like, well, I don't hear the fans, I don't know what's going on, I don't read what's going on in the news. This guy is like completely just locked in, and maybe it's just the fact that he's a 20-year-old and on Instagram, social media, and he's just more adept to the thing where you have more of your veteran players like, no, I don't know anything's going on. So again, does the ET salute with the finger there, so kind of interesting for him. But more importantly, on the baseball field itself, Yankees take the first 2 games. The first one actually was pretty much a breeze almost. I know took the Yankee offense a little while to finally get heated up, but a good outing by Garrett Cole, who just keeps rolling along there. Game tied 1-1, and later on, Giancarlo Stanton would finally hit that 400th home run of his career, put the Yankees up 3-1 at that point. Again, Cole was dealing. He improved himself to 13-4. Again, you look at his ERA, 2.90. Again, strong candidate for the American League Cy Young Award. So again, it's going to probably be one of the small victories for the Yankees this season. But the other victory is going to be, of course, Jasson Dominguez would get a hit in the game, but it would be the second game there. Again, the Yankees take the first game 5-1. Second game there where he would finally hit his first Yankee Stadium home run. And, I guess the crowd, again, you can see the crowd in the first 2 games. Again, I guess, people kind of know they're sort of out of it, so it wasn't exactly big crowds, but you figure there may be a little bit more people there for just the whole Jasson Dominguez phenomenon. But nevertheless, kind of a sparse crowd, but nevertheless there. And plus, Detroit's not exactly the hottest ticket in town, to see the Detroit Tigers play the Yankees. But he would finally, in the second game, connect on his first home run, would put the Yankees up at that point 3-1. Now the game got a little bit tight there. Detroit actually threatened later on, had bases loaded, but Greg Weissart up, gets a big strikeout to get out of the jam. And in the game itself, Matt Manning would fall victim to Giancarlo Stanton, hitting him in the leg with a 119 mile per hour comebacker up the middle. Ended up fracturing a bone in his foot, which he was actually coming back there. So actually in April, he had a similar injury with a comebacker up, hitting him in the foot. So again, this guy has bad luck with his foot there. But nevertheless, the Yankees come away with the second game 4-3. So at that point, taking the series, and now you're just looking for Carlos Rendon to build off. Which again, the previous 2 starts pretty good. You would like to get more length out of him, but unfortunately, this would not be Carlos's night. Would surrender 2 runs right away. Torkelson would tag him for a 2-run home run in the first inning there, put the Yankees behind 2-0. Now Torres would get the Yankees back a run with a home run of himself, cut the lead there 2-1. But it was a 4-run fourth that would really just be the demise of Rendon. And then from there, the Yankee offense really wasn't able to put anything together after that, and the Yankees pretty much just get rolled over in the last game there 10-3. It's annoying. They just want to keep the winning going because at that point, they'd finally gotten over the 500 hump. There was 70 and 69, and then you're looking at the wild card standings and you say, hey, 6.5 back, maybe. But then you lose the final game like that. Now the Yankees find themselves 7 games back, still with 21 games to go. Again, I just don't think it's possible for them to get back into, Now, again, the only thing that benefits the Yankees a little bit, if you want to make that conversation, next series coming up against them is against the Milwaukee Brewers, who are somewhat of a decent team in the hunt themselves. But after that, the Yankees could possibly kind of climb their way back into it. You got several games against the Boston Red Sox, who are just about a game or 2 better than the Yankees in the standings, and overall, those are somewhat winnable games. And I know Boston's handed the Yankees their rear end for most of the season, even Boone admitted. But hey, look, maybe it's an opportunity for the Yankees to finally get, again, since this is a little bit of a different Yankee team than about a month or two ago, that maybe they can maybe return the favor to Boston. And again, you have those 6 games against the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are about 6 games better than the Yankees in the standings and overall. But again, Blue Jays aren't exactly a dominant powerhouse. Like, oh my God, you can't believe. I mean, those are winnable games. So it is in front of them. I just don't think there's enough games left, and I think what's going to happen is you're probably going to be in that last week of September. Maybe at best you finish like 4 or 5 games out, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the pants, like all those games that Yankees blew when they were in contention. Sub 500 teams that the Yankees couldn't put away, such as the Cardinals, the Cubs, Chicago White Sox. Again, very all winnable games that the Yankees couldn't take advantage of. I know it was a little different Yankee team, but still, the Yankees are going to be probably going to end up in that last week of September, just be about 4 or 5 games out and really kick themselves in the pants of how many games they threw away there when they could be in postseason contention. So that's where the Yankees land right now. So take 2 out of 3 against Detroit. They can at least winning series and keeping things going along, and something that we haven't seen really all season from them. So you like that. And Jasson Dominguez, this guy seems like he fits in like a glove. And it kind of tells me a couple of things. Number one, I don't think there's any way they're bringing Harrison Bader back via free agent. I mean, this guy's a center fielder. He is the Yankees center fielder. This is on-the-job training, and he's ready taking the job. And I just don't see this guy's making no money, and he's under control for the next handful of years. Why would you go out and get a free agent like Harrison Bader? Which, I like Bader, but look, the job is Dominguez right there. So that's for sure. And a little bad news for the Yankees, which we kind of knew this was going to happen with Rizzo. Before the series, they announced that he's not going to play for the remainder of the season. We kind of figured that was going to happen. Again, this whole concussion protocol thing. Again, these things are very tricky. We saw that with Clint Frazier a couple seasons ago in spring training when he hit his head going hit against the wall there. And it just seems like these guys just take a while to get their bearings back and their balance. And I guess they get vertigo, and it's just an ongoing thing. So I guess at this point, really doesn't make any difference. Plus, again, the Yankees right now have the plethora of the infielders with Peraza. Of course, Volpe is already up. You have Gleyber Torres, Oswaldo Cabrera. So, I mean, to have DJ play, first base full time, it kind of all just fits there because you'd rather have DJ, again, a little bit older right now. It's easier for him just to play first base versus having DJ kind of run around there, whether it's second base or third base there. He's definitely has some lower half problems, even though, again, he's hitting a little better. Again, had a big RBI in the first game to get the Yankees on the board. But nevertheless, if it keeps DJ, it's easy for him to play first base. It works out so good. Rizzo, get your rest, get your bearings back. It works out better for the Yankees. Again, the only bad part about this series was Rondon just got knocked around and, kind of has to always start over again. Again, 10 starts for the Yankees. This guy's the ERA is like 6.60. You'd like to get a nice full start out of this guy going like 7 innings of this one-run or shutout baseball. Hasn't been there for him yet, and again, you figure against this Detroit lineup, this is something he would be able to really, build off and dominate, but it's always like he's seemingly starting over again. A real lost season for Rondon, just with all the injuries and inconsistency, hasn't played well at all. And again, not the first way you want to start off a 6-year contract, so I guess he's got another 5 years to catch up on this. So that's the episode. The Yankees will now host the Milwaukee Brewers, and then going to go on quite a long road trip after that against some AL East foes, mainly the Boston Red Sox and then Toronto Blue Jays. So catch you on the next one.